Glossy wedding video footage. Soft music plays. A bride and groom smile at the altar. The groom adjusts his tie. The bride's hands tremble slightly as she holds the bouquet. They called us couple goals, the perfect pair. Look at us, smiling, laughing, like nothing was wrong. But this was the moment he started plotting. Right here. While I thought we were beginning forever, he was already planning the end. A dimly lit bedroom. The same woman, Lara, sits on the edge of an unmade bed. She's holding a small USB drive. The label reads, "Proof." 3 years later, I found this. A tiny little thing smaller than my thumb. But what was on it? That's where everything changed. Lara inserts the USB into her laptop. The screen flickers. A video loads. Grainy security footage. A man, her husband, Ray, sits at a cafe table across from her best friend, Naomi. Ray slides an envelope across the table. Naomi opens it. Cash inside. That's Naomi, my best friend since college. The one who held my hair back when I was too drunk. The one who cried at my wedding. And there she was, taking money from my husband. Naomi nods, tucks the envelope into her purse. Ray leans in, says something. The footage has no sound, but his lips are clear. "Get me everything. I didn't know it then, but that was the day Naomi became a spy, and I was the target." A phone buzzes on the nightstand. A text lights up the screen. "We need to talk. It's about Ray." The sender, Naomi. And that's when the game really began. Wedding music cuts abruptly. Silence. Lara's kitchen, morning sunlight streaming through the windows. She pours coffee into 2 mugs. Ray enters dressed in a sharp suit, fixing his cufflinks. The next morning, everything looked normal. Just another day in our perfect life. But I couldn't stop thinking about that USB. So I decided to test him. Lara slides Ray's coffee toward him. He barely glances at it, scrolling through his phone. "Naomi's coming over later. Said she wants to talk about something." Ray's thumb pauses mid-scroll, just for a second. Then he takes a sip of coffee. "Oh yeah? What about?" That pause. That's what told me everything. He knew something was coming. Later that afternoon, Lara and Naomi sit on the living room couch. Naomi fidgets with her bracelet, avoiding eye contact. "So, I think I might move, like, out of the city." "What? Why?" Naomi hesitates. Her phone buzzes. She glances at it. A notification from Ray. She quickly flips it face down. There it was again, that little tell. She thought I didn't notice. But I saw everything now. Lara reaches for Naomi's phone playfully. "Who's texting you so much? New guy?" Naomi snatches the phone away too fast. Forces a laugh. "Haha, no, just work stuff." Silence hangs between them. Naomi's knee bounces. Lara sips her tea, watching her friend's hands shake slightly. Funny how once you start looking for lies, you see them everywhere. Cut to that night. Lara stands in the dark hallway outside their home office. The door is cracked open. Ray's voice murmurs inside. "No, she's getting suspicious. We need to move faster." Lara's breath catches. She inches closer. The floorboard creaks. The call goes silent. And just like that, the hunt was on. A door clicks shut in the darkness. Lara alone in the home office late at night. The glow of the laptop screen casts sharp shadows on her face as she clicks through Ray's email inbox. That night, I went digging. If Ray was hiding something, he'd have left a trail. She types Naomi into the search bar, no results. Then tries meeting. A single email appears from 3 weeks ago. Subject, project update. The preview reads, "She suspects nothing." Project update, like my life was some corporate spreadsheet. Lara clicks it open. The email contains just one line. Phase 1 complete. Proceed as discussed. Sent to an address she doesn't recognize. Blackwater Consulting. She quickly snaps a photo of the screen with her phone. As she does, headlights sweep across the wall. Ray's car pulling into the driveway. Right on schedule. Always home by 11:15 on Thursdays. Like clockwork. Lara closes the laptop with one hand while opening a spreadsheet with the other. The office door opens just as her screen switches to a budget document. Working late? Lara doesn't turn around, keeps typing. Just finishing up the bills. You know how I lose track of time. Ray walks over, massages her shoulders. His wedding ring glints in the lamplight as he reaches past her to open a desk drawer. Funny thing about liars, they always touch you more when they're hiding something. Ray pulls out a folder marked taxes. Inside are photos. Lara having lunch with a male coworker 2 weeks prior, circled in red marker. There it was, the first move in his game, and I almost missed it. Ray casually flips through them like they're receipts, watching Lara's reaction from the corner of his eye. Found these while organizing, thought you might want them. Lara takes the photos, keeps her face blank. One shot shows her coworker's hand on her arm as he laughs. Thanks, I'll put them with the others. She drops them in a drawer, turns back to her computer. Ray lingers for a moment, then leaves. The moment the door closes, Lara's fingers fly across the keyboard, searching Blackwater Consulting. The screen fills with results. A private investigation firm specializing in corporate espionage and divorce cases. That's when I realized this wasn't just some affair. This was a mission. The sound of a printer humming to life in the dark room. Early morning. Lara stands in the master bathroom, holding Ray's second phone, the one he thinks she doesn't know about. The screen lights up with a new notification. Meeting moved to 3 p.m. Bring the files. Thursday morning, Ray's gym day. His routine never changed. Up at 5:30, out by 6 go. Always left his work phone charging in the bathroom. Always thought I was still asleep. Lara swipes open the phone. No password. The home screen shows 3 unread messages from NC, all sent within the last hour. NC Naomi Carter, my best friend since sophomore year, now texting my husband before sunrise. She opens the messages. The first shows an address Lara doesn't recognize. The second, she's definitely suspicious. The third, a photo attachment, Lara's own car parked outside a coffee shop yesterday. Lara's fingers move quickly. She forwards all 3 messages to her own phone, then deletes the record from Ray's sent folder. 2 could play at this game. Downstairs, the garage door opens. Ray's car backing out. Through the bathroom window, Lara watches his taillights disappear down the street. She pulls up the address Naomi sent. Maps shows it's a storage facility on the edge of town, Unit 214. The same facility Ray's company supposedly stopped renting last year. Lara standing in front of Unit 214 just after noon. The storage unit's padlock is new, shiny compared to the rusted ones nearby. She tries the code from their home alarm system, the one Ray insisted they never change. The lock clicks open. People get lazy with their secrets. They recycle the same numbers, the same patterns. Makes them easier to crack. Inside the unit, 4 filing cabinets and a small safe. On top of the nearest cabinet sits a manila envelope with Lara's name on it. Inside, printed screenshots of her private messages, credit card statements, even her therapist's notes. This wasn't just surveillance, this was a case file. And I was the target. Lara pulls out her phone, snaps photos of everything. As she reaches for the safe, a car pulls into the facility. Through the half-open door, she sees Naomi's silver Audi parking 2 rows over Lara freezes. The safe will have to wait. She slips out the back of the unit, just as Naomi's car door slams shut. Now I knew where they kept their evidence. And more importantly, I knew they were getting ready to use it. The sound of high heels clicking on concrete, getting closer, Lara's hands shaking as she drives away from the storage facility, her rearview mirror filled with Naomi's approaching figure. She grips the wheel tighter, takes a sharp turn into an alleyway, and kills the engine. I had 5 minutes before Naomi would realize someone had been inside, 5 minutes to disappear. Lara pulls out the photos she took inside the unit, spreads them across her passenger seat, credit card statements from last summer, all from hotels in the city, restaurant receipts for 2, and then a single photo that makes her stop cold. A grainy security camera still. Naomi and Ray standing close in an elevator, his hand on the small of her back. Dated 6 months ago, 2 weeks before Lara's birthday trip. They'd been careful, but not careful enough. Lara's phone buzzes, a text from Ray. Working late tonight, don't wait up. She checks his location. His dot appears at his office downtown. Then she opens Naomi's contact, hits call, The line rings once, twice, then goes straight to voicemail. Lara hangs up, immediately texts, "Hey, you free for lunch today? Need to talk about something." The game was simple now. Get them to slip up. Make them think they were still winning. Lara's kitchen, 2 hours later. Naomi sits at the island, picking at a salad. Lara pours them both wine, makes sure her phone is recording face up on the counter. "So I've been thinking about taking a trip. Maybe that cabin up north Ray hates." Naomi's fork pauses mid-air. Just for a second. Then she takes a long sip of wine. "Yeah? When were you thinking?" "Next weekend. Though I don't know. Maybe I should check with Ray first." Naomi's phone lights up on the counter. A notification from R. She knows about the cabin? There it was, the first real proof. Lara pretends not to see. Keeps talking as Naomi hurriedly flips her phone over. "Anyway, how's work been? You've been so busy lately." Naomi forces a smile, launches into a story about her boss. Lara nods along, counting the seconds until she can check that recording, the sound of a wine glass being set down just a little too hard. Lara, alone in her parked car, replaying the recording from lunch. Naomi's voice crackles through the phone speakers. She knows about the cabin? The timestamp shows the text arrived exactly 12 seconds after Lara mentioned her trip. Proof. Finally. But proof of what? An affair? A conspiracy? I needed more. Lara pulls up the Notes app on her phone, types 2 words, the cabin. Underneath, she adds the dates from Ray's credit card statements, every third weekend for the past 4 months. Her phone buzzes, a calendar notification. Dinner, Naomi's birthday, 7 p.m. Tonight's date circled in red, a tradition they'd kept for 8 years. Perfect timing. A dimly lit restaurant. Lara sits across from Naomi, who's halfway through her second martini. The table between them cluttered with small plates, breadbasket untouched, olive pits stacked in a neat pile. To another year of friendship. Naomi clinks her glass a little too hard. Liquid sloshes over the rim. She's distracted, eyes flicking to her phone every few minutes. Yeah, to friendship. Lara reaches into her purse, pulls out a small wrapped box, slides it across the table. Open it. Naomi tears the paper. Inside, a silver keychain with a tiny camera charm, the exact model of the nanny cam Lara found in her bedroom last week. Naomi freezes. The color drains from her face. Lara keeps smiling, takes a slow sip of wine. Thought you might need it. For all your projects. A beat of silence. Then Naomi's phone rings. Ray's name flashes on the screen. Neither woman moves to answer it. There's a special kind of quiet that comes right before everything breaks. The phone stops ringing, starts again immediately. Naomi exhales, reaches for it. Lara's hand snaps out, grabs Naomi's wrist. Not hard, just enough. Let it go to voicemail. They lock eyes. The phone rings a third time, then stops. The screen lights up with a new text preview. "Where are you?" She's not answering her. Before Naomi snatches the phone away, and just like that, the mask slipped. The sound of a chair scraping back violently. The restaurant bathroom. Naomi locks herself in a stall. Lara stands at the sinks, calmly washing her hands. The sound of frantic typing echoes from the stall. People always panic in bathrooms. Something about the tiles, the echo, makes them feel alone, makes them careless. Lara dries her hands, then pulls Naomi's purse from where it hangs on the door hook. She flips it open. Inside, a folded contract with Ray's signature at the bottom. The letterhead reads, Blackwater Consulting, Surveillance Case, Year 4479. She snaps a photo with her phone, just as the toilet flushes. Slides the purse back as Naomi emerges, face blotchy, eyes red. I should go. Why? The night's just getting interesting. Naomi's phone buzzes again. She doesn't check it. Her hands shake as she reapplies lipstick in the mirror, avoiding Lara's reflection. This isn't what you think. Then explain it to me, right now. A long pause. The faucet drips. Someone enters the bathroom, takes one look at them, and immediately leaves. He promised me the money would fix everything. My mom's medical bills, the debt. How much? 50,000. Half now, half after. She trails off. After the divorce, after they destroyed me. Laura reaches into her own purse, pulls out the USB drive from scene 1, holds it up between them. Tell me where Ray is right now, or I press send on every screenshot, every recording, every dirty text between you two. Your mother won't need a hospital bed when I'm done. She'll need a lawyer. Naomi's face crumples. She types something into her phone, shows Laura the screen. A live location ping. Ray's dot appears at the cabin. And just like that, I had my battlefield. The sound of a car engine roaring to life outside this confrontation forces the conflict into the open while raising the stakes. The bathroom setting creates claustrophobic tension. Naomi's reluctant betrayal sets up the cabin confrontation in Act 2. The USB threat establishes Laura's willingness to fight dirty. Let me know if you want to adjust the intensity before we move to the next act. A winding mountain road at night, Laura's car speeds through the darkness, headlights cutting through thick fog. The GPS counts down, 5 miles to destination. 2-hour drive, just enough time to think, to plan, to wonder how many other lies I'd missed. The cabin driveway. A single light burns upstairs. Ray's car sits out front, still warm from the drive. Laura parks half a mile down the road, approaches on foot through the trees. Through the downstairs window, Ray paces the living room, phone pressed to his ear. His mouth moves rapidly, but the words don't carry. He throws something heavy against the wall. A glass shatters. First rule of catching someone in a lie: never let them know you're coming. Laura circles to the back door. The lock is old, simple. She jimmies it open with a credit card. Inside, the house smells like wood smoke and whiskey. She moves silently past the kitchen, dirty dishes piled high, takeout containers dated yesterday. Upstairs, a floorboard creaks. Ray's voice, clearer now. I don't care what she said, stick to the plan. Laura reaches the top step. The bedroom door is slightly ajar. She peers inside. Ray stands with his back to her, rifling through a filing cabinet. The bed is unmade. 2 wine glasses on the nightstand. 1 lipstick stain. Second rule, let them bury themselves. Laura pulls out her phone, starts recording. Just as Ray turns, spotting her in the doorway, his face goes slack. The phone slips from his hand. Laura, what the hell are you? Naomi sends her regards. Ray's expression shifts, confusion, then rage, then something colder, calculated. He steps forward, blocking the filing cabinet with his body. You shouldn't be here. Funny, I was about to say the same thing to you. Her eyes flick to the nightstand. A woman's watch rests beside the glasses, not Naomi's, someone else's. Third rule, always expect another lie. The sound of a car pulling up outside. This scene shifts the power dynamic. Laura is now the hunter. The cabin setting creates isolation, raising tension. The lipstick-stained glass and unknown watch introduce a new mystery. Ray's cold calculation suggests deeper layers to his plan. The arriving car sets up the next confrontation. Let me know if you want to adjust the pacing before continuing. The cabin door slams open downstairs. High heels click rapidly across hardwood. A woman's voice calls out, sharp, familiar, but not Naomi. Ray? The car's running. We need to go. Laura spins toward the voice just as the woman reaches the top step. Both freeze. Recognition flashes between them. The woman is Rachel, Laura's divorce lawyer from her first marriage, the same lawyer who handled Ray's prenup. Of course, the one person who knew all my weak spots. Rachel recovers first. She smooths her blazer, doesn't drop the car keys in her hand. Laura, this isn't what it looks like. Really? Because it looks like my lawyer and my husband planned a weekend getaway. Ray moves suddenly, snatching the files from the cabinet and shoving them at Rachel. Laura lunges, grabs a handful of papers. They tear in the struggle. A single sheet flutters to the ground, a notarized document titled Petition for Emergency Custody. That's when the pieces clicked. This wasn't about money. This was about my son. Laura's phone still records. Rachel sees it, makes a grab, knocking it to the floor. The screen cracks, but the red recording light stays on. Get to the car, now. Ray says to Rachel. Rachel hesitates, then bolts downstairs. Ray blocks Lara from following, his voice dropping to a whisper. Walk away, Lara. Sign the papers I left on the kitchen counter and you'll see Jake every other weekend. Fight me and I'll prove you're unfit. Lara kicks his shin hard, no hesitation. As Ray stumbles, she snatches the custody petition and her broken phone, then sprints for the stairs. Fourth rule: when they show you their worst move, you show them yours. She makes it to her car as Ray's headlights flare to life behind her. The engine roars as she peels onto the dark road. One glance in the rearview, Ray's SUV already giving chase, the sound of tires screeching on asphalt. This revelation escalates the conflict beyond betrayal into legal warfare. Rachel's involvement suggests long-term planning. The custody threat raises personal stakes. The car chase sets up the next action sequence. Let me know if you want to tweak any character dynamics before continuing. Lara's car fishtailing onto the main road, headlights off. The speedometer needle jumps to 80 as she takes a sharp curve, tires screaming against asphalt. They wanted a fight? Fine, but we do it on my terms. Behind her, Ray's SUV swerves around the same turn, gaining ground. His high beams flood her mirrors, blinding. Lara flicks her lights on, just in time to see the deer standing frozen in the road. She wrenches the wheel left. The car spins out, gravel spraying as it skids to a stop facing the wrong way. Ray's SUV slams on its brakes, stopping just inches from her driver's side door. For a heartbeat, no one moves, then Ray's door flies open. Sometimes the only way out is through. Lara stomps the accelerator. Her car lurches forward, T-boning Ray's SUV with a metallic crunch. The impact sends his phone flying through the open door, skidding across the pavement toward her. She's out of the car in seconds, scooping up the phone just as Rachel screams from the passenger seat. The screen's cracked but still working, open to a text thread with Naomi from 20 minutes ago. She knows about the cabin, clean everything. Ray staggers out, clutching his bleeding forehead. Lara backs toward the tree line, holding up both phones, hers still recording, his now in her possession. How's this for discovery, Rachel? You're both screwed. A siren wails in the distance. Someone must have called the cops about the crash. Ray freezes, calculating, then does the smartest thing he's done all night. He turns and runs into the woods. Cowards always run. Good thing I knew these roads better than he did. Lara doesn't follow. Instead, she gets back in her battered car. The engine groans but starts. As police lights appear over the hill, she pulls a U-turn and heads toward town, one hand on the wheel, the other scrolling through Ray's messages. The sound of a text notification, a new message popping up on Ray's phone. The safe deposit box is compromised. This high-speed confrontation shifts the power dynamic completely. The car crash creates immediate consequences. The discovered texts hint at larger secrets. The police arrival raises the legal stakes. Let me know if you want to adjust the action pacing before moving to the next act. First National Bank lobby at dawn. Lara stands at the safe deposit counter, sliding Ray's driver's license across the marble surface. The teller eyes the photo, then Lara's bruised face. You're not Mr. Holloway. He's my husband, power of attorney. She taps the license. Check your system, box 1818. The teller hesitates, types, nods, leads her to the vault. The metal box fits perfectly in Lara's hands, heavier than expected. People forget banks don't just keep money, they keep secrets. Back in her car, Lara pries open the box. Inside, a stack of offshore bank statements, a burner phone, and a single unmarked USB. She plugs it into her laptop. Password prompt appears. She tries their wedding date, their son's birthday. Then, Ray's mother's maiden name, Vandermeer. The drive unlocks. Funny how he always mocked me for forgetting names. The screen fills with folders. Medical, financial, surveillance. She clicks the last one. Hundreds of video files dated over the past year. The most recent, yesterday's timestamp. She hits play. Security camera footage shows Rachel in Ray's office, handing him a notepad. He tears off the top sheet, burns it in an ashtray. But not before the camera catches the letterhead. Greystone Psychiatric Hospital. Lara's fingers fly across the keyboard. A quick search pulls up the hospital, specializing in involuntary commitments. She cross-references the dates with Ray's travel calendar, 3 trips last month alone. This wasn't just a divorce, this was a demolition. Her phone buzzes, an unknown number. She answers. Silence, then breathing. Then a click. The line goes dead. This quiet, methodical scene reveals Ray's endgame while showcasing Laura's intelligence. The psychiatric hospital twist escalates the threat. The mysterious call sets up the next confrontation. The USB contents provide tangible evidence for the final act opening shot, the psychiatric hospital parking lot at midnight. Laura watches from her car as a security guard makes his rounds. The third-floor windows glow, one room still lit. She checks the file on her passenger seat. Patient 4479 J. Holloway. All this time I thought Ray wanted a divorce, but some people don't just want out, they want you erased. Laura pulls up the hood of her jacket, approaches the staff entrance. A nurse exits, holding the door just long enough for Laura to slip inside. The halls smell like antiseptic and overcooked vegetables. She follows the signs to the 3rd floor. Room 312's door is slightly ajar. Inside, an elderly woman sits by the window, staring at nothing. The nameplate reads Janet Holloway, Ray's mother, who supposedly died 5 years ago. Funny how many people die right when they become inconvenient. Janet turns slowly. Her eyes focus, sharp, aware. She reaches under her pillow, pulls out a folded photograph, hands it to Laura without a word. The photo shows a younger Janet holding a baby. The reverse side has a handwritten note. If you're reading this, he put you here too. Footsteps echo down the hall. Laura tucks the photo into her sleeve just as a doctor enters, the same man from Rachel's law firm website. Dr. Ethan Cole, medical director. Visiting hours ended at 8. I'm family. He studies her bruised face, then smiles, too wide. Keys jingle as he pulls them from his pocket. Let's discuss this downstairs. Properly. Laura edges toward the door. The doctor blocks it. Janet suddenly knocks over her water glass. The shatter makes Cole turn. Laura bolts. The fire alarm screams to life as she races down the stairwell. Behind her, orderlies shout. She bursts through an emergency exit, right into Rachel's path. You just couldn't leave it alone. Laura kicks Rachel's knee, the same move she used on Ray. The lawyer stumbles. The syringe clatters to the pavement as headlights appear. Naomi's Audi screeches to a stop. Get in! Laura yells. This revelation reframes Ray's entire motive, showing generational abuse. Janet's character adds depth to his villainy. The hospital setting creates visceral tension. Rachel's syringe raises immediate physical stakes. Naomi's return introduces a wild card for the finale. Naomi's Audi speeding down a back road, headlights cutting through the dark. Laura grips the door handle, watching the rear view for flashing police lights. They've had Janet locked up for 8 years. Ray's been draining her accounts, paying off doctors. When she tried to expose him, boom, sudden dementia diagnosis. Laura studies Naomi's profile. The nervous tick in her jaw, the death grip on the wheel. This isn't guilt, this is fear. Why help me now? Naomi taps her phone. A news alert pops up. Prominent attorney Rachel Cole missing since last night. The timestamp, 3 hours before Laura arrived at the hospital, because suddenly, the hunter became the hunted. The car swerves onto a dirt road, kicking up gravel. An abandoned gas station looms ahead, its sign dangling by one chain. Parked behind it, Ray's SUV, driver's side door open, keys still in the ignition. He was supposed to meet me here an hour ago. Laura steps out, approaches the vehicle. The interior light reveals blood smeared across the gear shift. A shattered phone lies in the footwell. She picks it up. The screen flickers to life, displaying a single outgoing call, 911, disconnected after 12 seconds. 3 rules for catching a predator. 1. Make him desperate. 2. Make him sloppy. 3. A gun cocks behind them. Rachel stands 10 feet away, face streaked with dirt. The same syringe now replaced with a compact revolver. 3. Always have a better lawyer. Naomi steps forward, hands raised. Rachel's aim doesn't waver. Then, an engine roars. Headlights blind them all as a pickup truck plows through the gas station sign, screeching to a halt between them. Janet Holloway climbs out, gripping a tire iron. Her hospital gown is gone, replaced by jeans and a leather jacket. She tosses Lara a set of keys. The police are 20 minutes out. Let's finish this. This high-stakes confrontation brings all players together. Naomi's betrayal of Ray raises questions. Rachel's reappearance with a gun escalates danger. Janet's transformation from victim to ally subverts expectations. The standoff sets up the final confrontation. This isn't just my story. It's happening right now to someone you know, maybe even you. Hit subscribe right now, because next week, I'll show you exactly how to protect yourself before it's too late. Smash the like button if you'd have done the same. Thank you for watching, and see you on the next story.